Allman Brothers at Grand Canyon, January 1970. They were on their first trip back east after playing Fillmore West. Quote from Duane Allman, your little Vitamin ABB. We did some cuts and nothing came of it except the desire to get back into the group thing. Barry Oakley was there on the session, and we talked all about getting a group thing, and we decided on what would be the best group we could possibly get together. Then Jai Johanny Johanson came down to Muscle Shoals, and he became the first one in the group. Then I told Rick the studio thing was stringing me out, and I wanted to go back to Florida and work in a more creative capacity. So I went back, and me and Barry and Dickey and Jai Johanny jammed together some. Then I found out Butch Trucks, our other drummer, was in town, and decided 2 drummers would be a good lick, since we had 2 guitar players. But nobody could really sing as strong as we needed. I thought about Gregg, but thought he was hung up with his work on the coast. He said it was getting to be a drag, and he was ready to do something again. So he came back, and we started rehearsing seriously. With Phil Walden's encouragement, we moved to Macon and began to get something solid together. Some more context, Duane and Barry had met sometime in late 1968, really developed a partnership. Duane was trying to do his solo record. I didn't realize Barry had come down twice to Muscle Shoals, and at least the way Duane is explaining it, because I know he came back when J-Mo was there. J-Mo was the first one in the group, and J-Mo discusses how mind-blowing the music they played together. He said the only thing I can describe it as the first time I heard Mahavishnu Orchestra. Still blown away by that quote. Went back to Florida, specifically Jacksonville, specifically the Riverside neighborhood in Jacksonville, and specifically 2844 Riverside Avenue in Jacksonville, which is the Gray House where the Allman Brothers band were formed. Gregg hung up with his work on the coast. It's a very interesting way he said this, because Duane was not very happy with Gregg. He left Hourglass around the time he met Barry. He had quit several different times. He and Gregg joined up with Butch on the 31st of February, played some gigs, recorded some demos, and then Gregg kind of up and goes to LA. Duane describes it as, he was hung up with his work on the West Coast or on the coast. But Gregg went back to fulfill the contract that they were obligated to for Hourglass. What is not being said here is something that Butch has said for years. He was not happy with his brother for leaving that project. A little more on this photograph. This is, I think, on their way back from their first trip west. Gregg apparently was sick as shit. You've probably seen a similar image, which is in the Dreams box set right at the beginning. I'm just going to say, like a guy that loves historical images, loves history, interprets history for a living. That image has always struck me. This band striking out to conquer the world. Twiggs Linden photograph. Vitamin ABB. Trust me, I'm a doctor. Is that Twiggs Linden photograph from the Grand Canyon, the more famous one. First little bit of the Dreams box set. Long live the Allman Brothers Band.